Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. Today, we are going to be playing a game called Mothman 1966. It's like a pixel art, choose your story kind of thing, uh, narrative story. Yeah, it looked pretty good. It came out, I think, in 2023 or 2024. It's a little bit older, but I've never played it and I've never seen anyone play it, so I figured we'd give it a try. Here we go. New game. Prologue. Hope. Press anything to continue. Alright. 3 red and 5 black in the discard pile. Of the 6 cards face up on the counter, 2 are red and 4 are black. So 5 red in all and 9 in black. You have no more moves. So you have to bet now. Black card or red card? Go red. With so many black cards drawn, it feels natural to choose red. Numbers should be on your side. Even though you've already chosen, you decide to stay away from the counter. You can't bear losing again. You think of your grandma, Elsie, trying to win at solitaire for over 60 years. You take a deep breath and keep sweeping. Elsie's been paralyzed from the waist down since she was 21. Your mom was only 2 months old. The winter Elsie taught you to play solitaire. Your parents and sister had been dead for almost a year, and you've already begun to forget their faces. Although you cook for her, do her laundry, bathe, and even dress her, it still feels like she's the one taking care of you. You close your eyes and almost feel Elsie stroking your hair. You're 11 years old again, kneeling next to her bed, crying your heart out. Sad. Suddenly, the bell rings and you feel an invisible force trying to drag you into the present. Keep your eyes closed or look through the window. We'll look through the window. Those kids. The first prize followed by 2 more. They step on the hose, activate the bell for a second and a third time. You don't know what comes over you, but you yell some things at them that you're too ashamed to remember. You justify yourself thinking that they might be the ones who got into your garage that night and stole some parts of that replica machine gun you're building. You won't let anyone mess with your project. The wine and steam machine gun is the jewel of your collection. The kids yell at you, old freak, and laugh, sheltered by the distance. Deep down you know that it can't be them. How would they know which parts of the machine gun were worth stealing? Anyway, that guard dog's being brought over in a few days, and you'll be able to stop worrying. Check the hose. You think about what someone told you at the bar, about replacing the hose with a thicker one so that it could only be activated by the weight of a car. What happens if the kids jump with their bikes and land on top of the hose with one of those wheels, you ask? Kids are always going to find some way to bust your balls, they replied. Go back in. You try to calm down. You look at the shelves and think of the solitaire your grandma taught you. Your grandma always said that everyone has their place in the world, and that people keep dancing around it without ever reaching it. To win the solitaire, you have to stop dancing. You know that the chances of winning are incredibly low, almost zero. You can't bring yourself to turn over the next card and decide to start sorting the shelves instead. Doing simple jobs builds up your self-confidence and provides you some illusion of control. Something from the upper shelf, middle shelf, or lower. We'll go middle. Can, bottle, can, bottle. Okay, so we're just, lower shelf. Sure, box. We'll put that in the upper shelf. Bottle. And lower shelf. Can. And then middle shelf. There we go. Empty. Everything is organized. Look at that. Check shelves. Good. One type of product on each shelf. We got a customer. Uh-oh. You scratch your head. This time, sorting the shelves doesn't help. You feel the same urgency as before, and you can't think of anything else. Is the card going to be read? You need it to be read. Suddenly the air seems heavy, and you find it a bit difficult to breathe. 3 men in black are staring at you. Through the window you see a black Cadillac by the pump. Yes? You wish you'd asked them how they got into the station without you hearing the door open, or how they left the car there without the bell ringing. But that trembling yes was the only thing that managed to utter. The moose. The moose? After a few seconds of not receiving any response, you decide to break the silence. Sure. Continue straight into the first crossroads and turn right. After a while, you'll see the bar past the barn with the painted cross. You can't miss it. None of the men in black open their mouths. Every second that passes, the smile on your face feels more and more ridiculous. The moose. You bought a woman a whiskey. You don't know if it's the right move, but you try to relax and be more friendly. Do you know of a more effective way to socialize? You told her the dream about your grandma. A chill runs through your body. It's been a few weeks since that night. And even though you had a good time with Martha and have no regrets, something about the way these men in black ask their questions make you uneasy. What do you want to know? Granny, in the forest. One of the men farther back lets out a cracking noise. You look at him believing he's laughing, but the man in black's expression doesn't change. No one answers. It's like they're waiting for another response. Tell them about your dream. My grandma has always been bedridden for over 60 years, but in the dream I saw her running through the woods. Start from the beginning, and don't omit any details. You don't know if it's the way they look at you, or because of a certain authority in their voice, but you tell them everything about the dream. 5 or 6 weeks ago, you woke up in the middle of the night certain that something had happened to your grandma. You ran up to her room, and Elsie wasn't in bed. The window was wide open. You ran to it and saw someone walking through the trees. It was her. She was holding a rifle of the kind your ancestors would have carried in the Civil War. You tried to call out to her. Your grandma started running and shot 2 or 3 times into the blackness of the forest. You were about to go down to find her when a winged figure with glowing red eyes appeared in the front of the window and screamed. You stumbled backwards, and after hitting your head on the bedpost, you lost consciousness. You woke up in your bed and remembered the dream almost instantly. You went up the stairs 2 at a time and opened the door to her room. Your grandmother slept peacefully on the bedside table, with the glass of milk you bring her every night and the deck of cards she uses to play solitaire. During the days that followed, you tried to convince yourself that it had been all a dream, even though you couldn't explain where the little stitches at the base of your skull had come from. After a few seconds, one of the men in black speaks again. The spots on her legs predate her birth, Holt? What is he talking about? Is he referring to the dozen of moles on your grandma's legs? And what do they mean by saying those spots predate her birth? Elsie always makes the same joke when you sponge her calves. Be thankful that you have to clean my legs and not my grandfather's. According to what she told you, her granddad had been shot dead by an experimental weapon early in the Civil War, when his legs were ripped to shreds. The Winan steam gun, son, a machine gun that doesn't appear in any book. You think about the replica you were putting together in the workshop, and you wonder if it was the man in black who had stolen those pieces. You're not telling anyone else about this visit, Holt. You start to complain when one of the men in black picks up a card from the counter. The top card of the deck. Uh-oh. The crunch horrifies you. The teeth of the man in black seem to tear more than simply paper. What is it gonna be? Desperate, you throw yourself onto the counter and look for the card. Your heart is pounding. Did we get it? We're looking. You look out the window, and you don't see the Cadillac. You walk to where the car was parked a few moments ago. You step on the hose, and the bell rings. What the? Jack of diamonds. Red, I knew it. You think about the edge of the men in black tore off, and you remember the noise he made when he chewed it. Was it a threat? A warning? You wonder if you should tell your grandma everything that happened, or just keep your mouth shut, and keep playing solitaire with a marked card. Alright, so we got visited by the men in black. That's crazy opening. So our grandma knows something about Mothman. Chapter 1, Lee. Press anything to continue. We're driving. Lee, what's wrong? I told you, it's nothing. That pause again. There's something she's not saying. The Mustang purrs. You shake your head, feeling sad inside. The sound of an engine hides no secrets. Lee, you're right. You bite your lip and sigh. Why is everything so hard? Victoria settles into her seat. Let's start over, okay? Where are we going? Answer the question. It's a surprise. Please. No, Vic. Please have some patience. You'll never forget this night. Victoria giggles, and you think this is the best gift in the world. From a moment, you forget all the previous discussions, your obsessions. A giggle, a friendly gesture, making someone feel good ain't rocket science. You look at the clock and can't believe your eyes. You left your house on time, but you're pretty late. How could you? You step on the gas. Lee. Lee! You scratch the side of your head. Wow, you really hate being told how to drive. Lee? Why doesn't she just tell you to slow down? You take your foot off the gas. Thanks. You're trying your best. You really think Victoria could be the one? The one. Your dad once said the perfect woman doesn't exist. Couples form when people get tired of looking and just give up. You remember your mother's rants, all those women's names she railed off as if they were part of an endless grocery list. You won't end up like him. Anything but that. You try to smile and force yourself to be more cheerful. You want a clue? Yes. Victoria looks into your eyes and you feel a warmth on your face that takes you by surprise. You felt the same thing the first time you saw her in college. You keep looking at her for a few seconds and that seemed like forever. What? Do I have a booger? Where? You can't help laughing out loud and have a hard time containing the urge to kiss her. Give her a clue about the man, sure. One would be a source of superstition, but we're talking thousands. A source of superstition? Black cat? Victoria looks at you, expectantly, desperate to be right. Hold. It happened 100 years ago. Victoria answers almost immediately. After all, you're both majoring in history. The end of the Civil War. No, not in 1865. I mean exactly 100 years ago, Vic. Oh, let me think. You're running out of time. There was a cholera outbreak in 1866, right? Freezing cold. And how twisted do you think I am to set up a date themed around a cholera outbreak from a century ago? Give her a clue about the origin. It comes from far away. Victoria makes a gesture for you to complete the sentence. You just shrug. It comes from far away. I mean, that could be anything. Guess then. The circus? No, Vic, just give me a minute. You won't guess it unless you reach out to open the glove box and Victoria grabs your wrist. Better leave it to me. Victoria opens the glove box and examines the contents. A folder, a box, a flashlight. What are you looking for exactly? Victoria opens the folder and examines the documents. Some papers, insurance details? Do you want me to read some of this? You shake your head. Look under the flashlight. A book. 1966 Shelby Mustang. The car handbook? No, not that. What else? Look in the box. Victoria takes out the box and opens it. Let's see what you've been hiding. You think about saying something, but you instantly regret it and keep your mouth shut. Spare change, a lighter, a pack of cigarettes. Nothing to worry about, I reckon. Keep looking, please. Already got everything out. 1 second. There's this too. Victoria stretches out her hand, and you finally grab the map you wanted. It was folded against the bottom of the glove box. You start talking, and Victoria interrupts you. Hold that thought while I put everything back. You put the map on the dashboard while Victoria puts away the folded box and the flashlight. Vic, you know I like it tidy in there. Huh, very funny. Vic flicks through the book she found. Red Badge of Courage? Haven't you read this book 1,000 times already? You know she's testing you. Vic knows exactly why you carry it everywhere. It's a novel that portrays the era you're obsessed with like no other. What the hell is this? Suddenly you remember using the pencil sketch that Victoria drew of you in one of your classes as a bookmark. A sketch she begged you with tears in her eyes to destroy, and you swore you already had. Vic, I'm sorry. I swear. Watch out! You swerve to avoid a shape in the road. Victoria looks back. Lee? You almost ran that thing over. You put your hand on Vic's shoulder, trying to reassure her. Victoria points ahead. Just keep your eyes on the road, please. She's doing it again, telling you how to drive. At least this time she came right out with it instead of just saying Lee, disapprovingly. You try to control yourself, but it's hard. It's not just this last thing, but the buildup of all the small gestures. Take the map and throw it on her lap. Victoria raises her arms in disbelief. The Leonids, Victoria, we're going to have dinner watching the Leonids. Victoria says nothing. Forgive me for trying to arrange the perfect date. You try to keep silent, but you can't hold it in. A meteor shower, a phenomena associated with the passage of the Temple Total comet every 33 years. Victoria keeps staring ahead. In 1866, there is one of the most spectacular meteor showers ever recorded. I saw some lithographs in the library. Victoria doesn't even move. Everyone makes a wish on a shooting star. Imagine how many wishes you can make with 1,000 stars shooting through the sky. Victoria settles in her seat. You know what, Lee? Shut up. You've never heard that tone before from her. Just keep quiet until we reach. She pauses as she examines the map you threw on her lap. Holt Station? You feel your heart pounding. Your hands are shaking. That's what she wants. For you to keep quiet. For you not to say a word. Your hands grip the wheel tight. All the preparations you made for tonight. Your friend Freddie had worked out the ideal place to see them in all their splendor away from the city lights. And when you noticed Holt Station was inside the area, you didn't hesitate. But now Vic had ruined it. Uh-oh. What the heck? Something hits the Mustang's antenna. What the hell is that? Stop, Lee, stop! Stop the car. You slam on the brakes instinctively. You put a hand in front of Victoria to keep her from hitting the windshield. You get out of the car and find a dead bat in front of the headlights. Oh my goodness, poor animal. That's so sad. The animal had hit the antenna and somehow got entangled. You can't believe it. What are the odds of something like this happening? Don't bats have some advanced echolocation system, like a submarine sonar? What starts as a simple grunt in your throat emerges as a helpless scream. Ah! This is what I get for trying to do something different. We should have gone to the movies. Vic's whispering. It doesn't take long to see why. Oh my goodness. Over there. The coyote is watching you from the dark of the forest. Meets the light of the moon. Vic, we got this. It's not interested in us. You point to the dead bat. They're scavengers. You hear a growl that quickly multiplies. Oh my goodness, we're surrounded by coyotes. Suddenly, you're surrounded. It's not the first time you face coyotes in the woods, but you aren't taking any chances. When I say run to the car, as fast as you can, You try to recall all the advice you've heard for situations like these. Makes lots of noise. Wave your arms around. One of the coyotes in the front of you approaches. Yell and gesture. Don't yell right now. Sure. Yell on this side of the car, sure. Another coyote advances. You look into its watery, bloodshot eyes. Okay. Oh. Oh no, the coyote closest moves forward with a savage bite. Encouraged by his screams, the rest of the coyotes soon join the feast. Oh my goodness, we died. One of the coyotes in front of you approaches, runs the car. Now. Nope, we died. Okay. So we have to. We do have to yell at them in a certain order. Okay, so yell and gesture, sure. On the side of the car. Center. Backed up. Another coyote advances. You look into its watery, bloodshot eyes. Yell and gesture. The side to your left. Comes back. So we go on this side again. Yell at this one again. Oh my goodness. What the? Oh my goodness. 3 coyotes advance at once. Yelling or waving your arms around won't be enough this time. Staying on the hood. Okay. This trick seems to work and all the coyotes back down. No coyote advanced this time. It's your chance to go on the offensive. You crouch down to find 4 stones. You pick them up. The coyote retreats in the dark of the forest. The stone flies to the right of the middle coyote, making the one closest to it also retreat. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we gotta get rid of all of them. I thought maybe I could yell and gesture, so we're gonna get rid of the center one again. Yelling or waving your arms won't be enough this time. Bang on the hood. Get them to back up. The trick seems to work, and all the coyotes back down. No coyote advances this time. It's your chance to go on the offensive. Throw a stone. Okay. Throw another stone. Alright, throw a stone on the other side of the car. The coyote retreats and you feel more and more confident. Run to the car. Now. Okay, we got out of there. Whew. You get in the car, close the door, and Victoria starts laughing. Although you know the reaction was more adrenaline than anything else, you start laughing too, and then kiss her. You start the car, and the V8 roars into life. You resume the trip. Dang, that was crazy. After a few wordless minutes, you suddenly remember something. Holt. Vic. We're going to Holt's gas station. Victoria starts whistling. The doubt disappears. Everything seems a bit ridiculous now. You think about the plans you made for tonight and smile. You really like to hear her whistle. What about? Okay, this is pretty cool. Can't believe I failed that many times. Victoria, Chapter 2. He turns out the car and looks you in the eye. He smiles. And that smile seriously pisses you off. Before you can open your mouth, Lee taps you on the leg. Wait here, Vic. I swear you won't believe it. You bite your lip and take a deep breath. You see him greet someone. Holt? Lee had written Holt Station on the map he'd thrown on your lap 20 minutes ago. He'd written by hand, and it might as well have said Hort Station or Halt Station. Hell Station, even. Lee's handwriting has always been intriguing to you. You remember that time you mentioned it to him, and he responded with a disproportionate anger, a nonsensical rant which involved several philosophers of language, and all because you told him his handwriting was dreadful. But you know now where those reactions come from. That night you two got drunk by the lake, Lee told you that his father would have wanted to be born ugly. After the initial surprise, he couldn't stifle a belly laugh, and Lee looked down. For a few moments, he didn't want to tell you anything else. You finally convinced him to continue. I always got what I wanted just by smiling. Ugly people have to develop other muscles. Unfortunately, those other muscles are the ones that last. You couldn't believe those words come out of the mouth of a flesh and blood human being. Maybe some poorly written character from a cheap romantic novel, but Lee's father? You picture Lee that night, throwing pebbles from the shore, while telling you everything about his father's teachings. All that frustration. Was that the night you got pregnant? You'd both been drinking. Suddenly you find it difficult to breathe. The interior of the car feels like it's getting smaller and smaller. You need some air. Holt, right? Holt seems startled. Hello. This is, Victoria, my girlfriend. Be right back, Vic. You see them walk away with the box they took out of the trunk, and from the effort Holt's putting in, it seems heavy. What's inside the box? You're not stupid. You know that Lee has some business on the side beyond his work as an intern at the university. You heard some rumors, and you have your suspicions. However, you never did too much digging. You preferred to keep it a mystery, something to make Lee a little more interesting. You light a cigarette. Would Lee be a good father? The question that you still haven't had the courage to ask. Would you be a good mother? The clicks repeat at regular intervals. Small moths approach light to get electrocuted. Is that love, Victoria? You laugh and shake your head from side to side. Think of all the manuscripts you've torn up. You've tried poetry, drawing. History seemed like an obvious choice. You don't need any talent to be a historian. Staring into the forest. What the heck? Hello? The man talks to himself while holding something in his hand. Lou, have you seen any wind creatures flying over the area yet? For a moment, you think he's asking some kind of tricky question, and you remain silent. However, something about him tells you that he's genuinely asking. You look at the man bathed in the shine of the streetlight, and the scene fascinates you. It's real, some of your old friends would have said, the ones that organized poetry nights and read L'Autrement. Excuse me, you are... Oh, yes, sorry, Hill, Lou Hill, writer. Victoria Greenberry, history student. Winged creatures, Mr. Hill. Lou, please. Can I call you Victoria? You nod. I'm looking into about a dozen reports, Victoria. Numerous witnesses claim to have seen a human-sized winged creature flying over the area. Angels? Lou smiles, but the smile doesn't last long on his face. Look there, at the top of the trees. It won't take you long to find one. You aim at the area Lou just told you. Everything's blurry, so he decides to adjust the binoculars. Adjust the focusing wheel, sure. Move right. Oh, move left. Just get more blurry. Cannot rotate further to the left to adjust the focus. If you can't focus, try adjusting the diopter first. It's adjusted to compensate for some issues with my left eye. But you're young. Try to adjust it to seem the same with both eyes, then focus. Okay? Move right. Move the diopter to the right and notice the change in your left eye. Okay? I don't know. Oh, it's starting to focus. Yeah, okay. Oh, nope. Move right. Nope. Move left. We gotta move back, I think. I think that's better. No. No. Move it back to the right. There we go. Focus. Move right. No. Left. All messed up. Okay, so we're getting closer, I think. I feel like that's it right there. Left. Messing up a little bit. Oh, move it right. Keep adjusting it. There we go. So I feel like that, both of them. Maybe we gotta get it look the same on both eyes. There we go. Then we can just focus it. There we go. What the? It was just a second, but you think you saw something up there. Was it suggestion? I don't think they're angels, Victoria. But before I tell you my theory, I need your help. Can you draw in this notebook what you just saw? Yes. At any other time, you would have refused with some witty comment, but there's something about Lou Hill that invites you to play along. I wonder if the fact that he presented himself as a writer had something to do with it. Draw the legs. Insect-like legs, weird bird-like legs, wide hips and short legs. Think? No. Body. Chicken wings. Wide chest with short arms and wings. Human chest. Nope, that's not it. You draw the body. Nope, that's not right either. Human chest with huge wings. Draw the head. Little owl head. Let's see. Redraw the legs, because that's not like... No, that's not right either. I'll go with that, because I feel like that's... Redraw the head. No. Go with the little owl head. I feel like that's going to be the best. Front arms and wings. I don't think that's right either. Small human chest wings. Yeah, we'll go with that. Before giving it back, you write some notes further describing what you saw. Lou hadn't asked for them, but somehow they make you feel less anxious. You never felt confident about your work. Lou looks at the notebook for a few seconds that feel too long. You think about that time you showed your sketches to your art teacher and how he embarrassed you in front of the rest of the class. What? Sorry. I was talking to myself. You can't help but blush. Victoria! For once you're glad to hear Lee's voice. All good? Although he seems to be talking to you, Lee keeps staring at Lou. Lou Hill, writer. Lou holds out his hand. Lee Miller, historian. Lee walks over and puts his arms around you, his back to Lou. You know he must have been annoyed that Lou introduced himself as a writer. Although it's hard for you to admit, you like to be hugged. You feel safe. You think you would also feel safe in your grandmother's arms or in the arms of any of the other strong women in your family. The heat of Lee's body, the hardness of his muscles. You remember all those biologist arguments you hate so much, you can't help but smile. It's like you're cheating when nobody's looking. Come on, Vic. Let's see the surprise. Close your eyes. Alrighty. You close your eyes and let Lee guide you. Now open them. A picnic with stars. So it's nice. So, what do you think? A romantic dinner for two under the same meteor shower that amazed our ancestors. You instinctively put your hand to your belly, and when you realize it, you quickly put it in your pocket. You look at the dog tied to the post. Our dog. The dog growls into the dark. Uh-oh. What are we going to see now? What did the dog see in the dark? Your plan is Holt, the writer. Press anything to continue. No, Holt is the shop owner, sorry. You've known Lou Hill for a few months now. The first time you talked to him was at the Moose. Lou was looking for information about some unusual lights in the sky. Nobody would talk to him. Before going to the restrooms, we went over to his table and suggested he buy people a drink first. When you got back, Lou was already talking to Rick and Stella, their tongues sufficiently loosened. Lou raised his glass in your direction and smiled. Although it wasn't you who gave him the nickname, you still feel a little guilty. Since that night, most locals refer to him as Lou Refill Hill. Lou, what do you recall about the encounter with these men in black? You smile. What does he mean? It had only been a week. You think about how to answer. You know Lou, he loves asking questions. So you're going to tell him one thing and one thing only. No follow-up questions. The men in black seem interested in the dream I had about my grandma. Lou listens carefully. You talk about the dream, omitting some details. You don't tell him anything about the stitches in your head. You know if you did, he'd keep asking questions all night. Lou remains pensive. Before he even opens his mouth, you try to change the subject. Red or black? What? The card. Red. You turn over the card. It's red. Good. It's the solitaire my grandma taught me. No one could ever win it. Lou suddenly seems interested. And how do you play it? Rules are simple. But winning? There's a reason why it's called the impossible solitaire. Let me show you. Uh-oh. Playing some solitaire? The impossible kind. The objective is to move every card from the board to the discard pile. You can move any card whose rank is one higher or one lower than the topmost card in the discard pile. So let's say there's a 5 in the discard pile. You can either place a 4 or a 6 on top of it. Remember that if there's a king in the discard pile, you can place an A. A comes after K, and opposite is also true. So, 28 cards to move. Seems easy enough, right? Select a card. Let's see, we don't have anything. No. Move the cursor to the right. We'll go anything that's higher or lower, right? Oh no. Oops. Didn't see that bottom option. When you're stuck, you can turn over a card from the stock to the discard pile. But to turn it over, you need to make a bet first. Black or red? Which one's gonna be? Lose the bet and you lose the game. Okay, the sun is almost unwinnable. Oh my goodness! Oh, sure. We'll try one more time. Dang, that was crazy. All right, so we can do 8 or a 10. So we'll do 10, I guess. No. Yeah, I guess. Select a card. So for this, we would need a 10 or a queen, I believe. If you don't have any of those, turn over a card from the stack. It'll be black, okay. Is that a queen? We could do a king or a jack. We'll do a jack because we don't have anything bigger to beat that. Turn over a card from the stock. We're going to bet red. Oh, let's go. So we can do a 2 or a 3. or 2 or 4. So we're going to do move to the right. We're going to do a 4. Select. Alright, so we got some more. So we can do 5 or 3. So we're going to select a card. Yep, so 5. So we can do 4, 6. We're going to go 6. Move to the right. 6. So we can do 5 or 7. Select a card. Move to the right. 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 Select this card. So now we can do 6 or 8. Which I feel like, I don't know what we should do here. I think we're going to lose at this point. We'll select this one, sure. Okay, so now we need 7 or 9. Turn over a card from the stock. We'll bet black. Okay. 2. So I don't know if we can do any of these. Select a card. I don't think that one works. No. Card can be moved onto the discard pile only if it ranks 1 higher or 1 lower than its topmost card. Okay. Turn over from stock. So red. Let's go. So we can select a card. We can do 6 again. 6. So then we need to flip over a card again. We'll do black again. Alright, let's go. Select a card. Move to the right. Move to the right. Move to the right. 6. So we need a 5 or a 7. Bet red. Oh, we lost. Dang, man. Alright, one more time. One more time. And then we'll move on. Alright. Select a card. So we got a 10. So we need a 9 or a jack. Move to the right. Move to the right. Move to the right. Move to the right. Select this one. So then we need 8 or 10. Select a card. Move to the right. Move to the right. Move to the right. We got a 10 here. We can go 9 or jack. Red. Let's go. So we can do 5 or 7. We're going to go 5. And then we're going to go 4. Select a card. Move to the right. Move to the right. Move to the right. And then we'll go 3. Alright, we got I'm going to bet on black. Let's go. That doesn't really help us. So we got to turn the card over again. Alright, so that helped us a little bit. So 10, we can do 9 or jack. Move to the right, move to the right. So we'll go with that. And then the queen. Then we can go king. Then we can go ace. Red. Let's go king. Queen. We need a queen, but to go back down, so we can't go back down. So we gotta go ace. Select a card. Move to the right. Move to the right. Move to the right. Queen. Gotta do black. Break. Alright. You hear barking from the back of the station. Trent? When they brought him in, they told me his name was Chase. It's Trent for me. You know Trent, right? From the moose? Tall, prominent belly, and a scar parallel to the growth of his beard. You laugh heartily. Blue Hill might be a pain in the, but no one could deny that he was good with descriptions. You think about the book he's given you. He signed it and everything. Where did you leave it? I call him Trent because he barks like Trent on open mic Tuesdays. Come on, let's go to the garage and see the machine gun. Victoria, Chapter 4. So, is this his idea of a special date? Looking at shooting stars while holding your hand? Telling you his plans for the end of semester? You can't stop thinking about the raw strength of the hug from a minute ago, or how he scared the coyotes away by yelling and throwing stones at them. You think about your friend May, all those dark fantasies she told you about. But holding hands like this, smiling and talking and looking into each other's eyes, feels like giving up, doesn't it? You know you're to blame too. Aren't you playing the perfect girlfriend role? Don't you make eyes at him? Don't you say love whenever you call him? So, is this it, Victoria? Is this what you want for the rest of your life? Why don't you make up your mind just for once? You think of May again, of those women she'd claimed to know who could solve your situation. You wouldn't be the first or the last. The dog barks like a maniac, and you appreciate the distraction. A mixture of guilt, anguish, and apathy takes over you. And now what? Why is he looking at you like that? Why doesn't he say anything? Has he asked you a question? I said, if you're excited about the Doors. Oh yeah, we're excited about the Doors. Of course you're excited. The Doors, Victoria. Freddie told me they're about to release their first album. It seems they'll be playing in New York. Are we going to see them live again then? Dang, they could see the Doors live. Oh, the dog is barking like crazy. Even though you gradually stop listening to him. Hesitancy returns, and all those questions. And the dog won't stop barking. What had been a distraction is now driving you crazy. What the hell is wrong with him? Ooh, there's a bunch of eyes in the trees that look like shooting stars. Why don't you make a wish, Victoria? How about going home, covering your head with a pillow, and sleeping for 18 hours straight? You feel like crying, and try to calm down. She's going through it. Ooh, got eyes looking back at her. Those eyes. That creature you thought you saw in the treetops with Blue's binoculars. Had it been real? Not just your imagination? Look at him enjoying the meteor shower. Ooh, he's concerned. You know what? I'm tired of it already, exhausted. I've been trying and trying for more than 10 minutes. Can you tell me what's wrong with you? You stay silent. You need to think. But Lee's right. It's not fair to either of you. With so much noise, it's impossible for you to concentrate. You know they're all excuses, though. Winged monsters don't exist. It's just your brain desperately trying not to focus on what's important. Then the sudden scream chills your blood. Oh my goodness. And silence takes over everything. What the heck? Poor pup got taken by Mothman. Oh, Chapter 5. Have you met Lee? Tall guy with the blonde hair? He made xerographic copies of some docs I've used to assemble this beauty. Where did you get the docs from? You bite your lower lip. Do all writers ask so many questions? Lee works at the university in the history department. Lou adjusts his glasses. You don't know why, but the gesture irritates you. The Winans doesn't work like a normal machine gun. Normal machine guns use gunpowder fire projectiles. Do you know what the Winan uses? Centrifugal force. Interesting. Lou repeats the gesture with the glasses. Today, Lee brought some Ketchum grenades. Do you know about the Ketchum grenades? Lou shakes his head and readjusts his glasses for the third time in less than 5 minutes. You take a deep breath. Although you can't stand Lou refills take You enjoy talking about your collection of Civil War weapons. Ketchums are similar to footballs in shape. They have to land on their nose to explode. They were highly inefficient in Port Hudson, for example. The Confederates used sheets to catch them without exploding, and then threw them back at the Union soldiers. You was about to say something when you hear a scream that makes your blood run cold. You grab the shotgun without thinking twice. It's coming from the back. Come on. You don't have a good feeling about it. Something's not right. Uh-oh. They're all staring in amazement, fear. Trent, no! Oh my goodness. Poor pup. Although it feels like a dream, somehow you know the creature is real. Your dog's suffering is real. And there will be no waking up from this. You hear the muffled moans of your dog, and the fury blinds you. You drop the shotgun, grab onto the chain. Come on, hurry! But before they arrive, you feel the pull. The floor disappears under your feet. Hold on to the chain. Oh my goodness. Although you manage to hold on for a few minutes, you finally let go and fall into the thick of the forest. Tree branches penetrate your body and you die before reaching the ground. Dang, I thought that was the right choice. I guess we gotta release. Oh! You know you should hit the floor soon. Don't move. Listen to Vic Holt. Her sister's a nurse. No bones seem to be broken. My dog. Oh my goodness. Victoria and Lee help you to your feet. Lou doesn't take his eyes off the winged creature for a single second. He let go. He just let go. What? 1 second. I know where your dog is, Holt. Wait a minute. Got something in the car. Let's go. A gift from Freddy. Cool, right? You try to get up, but you feel dizzy and stumble. Victoria gives Lee a disapproving look and helps you keep your balance. Follow me. Thanks. You would have liked to smile at her. After all, Victoria just wants to help. But I can do it myself. You get your rifle and walk with the rest into the blackness of the forest. We should go in that direction. No. I think we should go that way. Lee. Now what? The place where Trent fell. I've calculated by projecting the point where the creature dropped it on this map. You've calculated? You've calculated, you say? Weren't you a writer? Ooh, don't mind him. Do what you want. Constantly checking the map, Lou leads the group on. We should be close. Oh my goodness, poor dog. Your heart is pounding. Please. Press his chest. Use both hands just like that. How curious. Did you know that the cardiopulmonary resuscitation procedure was discovered by Dr. Knickerbocker while he was trying to save a dog? As he speaks, Lou carefully examines the tops of the trees. It was at Johns Hopkins University. Victoria rests her hand on yours and moves her head from side to side. You stop pressing, and a few tears roll down your cheek. Poor dog. The interesting thing is what happened to the dog afterwards. Lou, shut up. Shut up. I'll shoot you in the face. Why did you run when it had Trent by the neck? Why didn't you try to blow its brains out? Deep down you know that's just the guilt talking, and that maybe there was nothing you could have done differently to save him. Lee, have you seen Lee? You stand up and look around. Lee's gone. Oh my goodness. You gotta pick us all off one by one. Well, that's very sad. Poor pup. Chapter 6, Lee. You walk faster to keep your thoughts at bay. What the hell is wrong with her? Why does she even listen to him? Writer. What a loser. You walk through the woods confident that you will be the one to find Holt's dog. What then, Vic? What weird little face will you make? Uh-oh. Men in Black? Hello? You feel like someone is watching you. You're walking through a dense forest area where the darkness is almost total. You walk even faster than before. Finally, you reach a clearing and look at the sky. The meteor shower is gaining intensity. Your heart is in anguish and you find it hard to breathe. Are you watching the Leonidas, Victoria? Victoria? Are you? You hold your head in your hands. Sure, we can cry. The last time you cried like this, you were 16. You'd come home early and found him hitting your mother. You tried to separate them, and your father took it out on your ribs. His blows were like a rain of sledgehammers, and his breath reeked of alcohol. He pushed you against the wall, and you ended up on the floor. Your mom was clutching her head when your dad took a deep breath and kicked you in the stomach. Won't hit you in the face because it's the only thing you got going for you. And one day you won't have it anymore. You carry your father's photo in your wallet, not to remember how good he looked. Hell no. Whenever the pain was too much, you scratched his entire face until his features blended with the cuts in the paper. What the? You seem to hear something, a kind of rumor. You think of the noise hands make when they shake the dust off an old volume. A river? You try to think about the map you got in the car. You can't remember seeing a river here. Further west, sure, but here? Uh-oh, what the heck is that? As you get closer, you hear it more clearly. You feel a kind of calm. Not peace, but numbness. Suddenly, the whitest light you've ever seen floods the ground. Even when there's no river nearby, the sound is deafening. What? You feel the light pulse with painful intensity, as if millions and millions of red ants were sinking their little jaws into your skin. Pain turns into light. You want to scream, but you have no mouth, no larynx or lungs. The white that precedes everything consumes you. You don't know how long it takes. You feel the urgency of what is yet to be. And white makes you desperate. A go? Oh my goodness. What the heck? You feel the white light leaving your body, and you hear your own voice screaming at the top of your lungs. They're just watching. What the heck? Now they're gone. You drop to the floor and cover your head with both hands. You're filled with a sense of completeness that you cannot explain. We all need a little darkness. Okay. What the heck just happened? You got overtaken by something. Chapter 7, Victoria. Oh, Lee! Where's that idiot? Calm down, Victoria. Lee knows how to take care of himself. Holt's right. Lee's gonna show up eventually. Did you know that he chased away a pack of coyotes with screams, some stones, and a blow on the hood of his car? Lou smiles. You wonder if it's authentic or a calculated gesture to show some empathy. Holt? What? What's your business with Lee? Holt looks at you for a few seconds before answering. You think of one of the computers at the campus, the IBM 7040. You know what it's called because you once wrote a poem with that title. Holt is like that computer. From the outside, it's impossible to tell what it's evaluating before giving you an answer. You can ask him directly when we find him. You wonder if you could have done something differently, anew. Input. That's the term they usually use in the computer department. Where did you struggle to rhyme when you wrote your poem? You hear twigs snapping. Uh-oh. What the? Who's there? Grandma? Oh my goodness, what the heck is she doing out here? The sight of Holt's grandmother holding an old rifle mesmerizes you. The whole thing looks like an image from some wife painting. A dream for almost any of your classmates. An image that not only defies gender stereotypes, but also demolishes social constructs like that of grandma in classic stories. The expression on Holt's grandmother's face changes. Her features soften. My legs. Grandma. Holt picks up his grandma and helps her sit against a tree trunk. He looks at his dog's corpse and beckons you to come closer. I need you to bury Trent before carrying on. You nod your head. How do you feel, ma'am? Confused. Lou, here's Victoria. You didn't hear him approach. You grab the handkerchief without thinking twice. A strange feeling runs through your body. Shouldn't you have at least considered some other option? Clean up her legs. Rub the handkerchief against her calves and gradually remove the mud stains. Scrub harder. That's probably your age when I stopped feeling my legs. Holt's grandmother sighs and closes her eyes. Have you ever seen so many moles together? Lou speaks almost in whispers. You wonder why. Let's go. Lou picks up the old rifle and examines it briefly. Holt looks at you with an expression you can't quite make out. Are you okay? No, you're not okay. But what are you going to tell him? That you're pregnant, that your boyfriend is missing, that wind creatures out of old pulp magazines are apparently more than just fiction? You walk for a while in silence. What was... Try to think of something else, Victoria. A few minutes ago, you all started hearing the screams, noticing sudden movements in the treetops. We're almost there. Oh my goodness, they're taking over the gas station. You find it hard to believe what you're seeing. Why are all these creatures flying over the gas station? Interesting. Holt punches Lou in the shoulder. What? Oh. Interesting? Do you find it interesting what they did to Trent? We're not in one of your cheap books, Lou. A sudden silence befalls the group. Listen. No, you just cover me. You close your fist tightly, trying to exercise the impotence you feel. Was it that hard for him to hear what you had to say? You shake your head from side to side. What's even the plan? Running with his grandma in his arms. Why does he have to be the hero? Oh! The shriek chills your body. Ugh. Lou looks at you as if he's waiting for something. How many bullets in your rifle? 3. Hope it's enough. Cole and Elsie are halfway to the gas station. 2 winged creatures on the street lamps. The light, Victoria. These creatures seek the light. Aim for the lamp on the farthest on the right. Sure, subject. Shoot. 3, 2, 1. You have 2 bullets left. Let's see. Aim for the lamp on the left. Aim for the farthest lamp on the right. Aim for the closest lamp on the right. Sure. I don't know what this is going to do, but we're going to try it. 2, 1. Okay. The wind creature flies to the farthest pole. You have 1 bullet left. 2, 1. Too far away. Oh my goodness, it's not good. Pain blurs your vision. You lose consciousness. Alright, so we messed that up. Tell Lou to take aim. Set your lamp on the right. Sure. Shoot. 2, 1. Okay, you have 2 bullets left. Tell Lou to take aim. Aim for the lamp on the left, on the far closest lamp on the right. Sure. And then we gotta do the one over there, I think. The wind creature flies to the farthest pole. You have 1 bullet left. Tell Lou to take aim. Shoot. We messed up again. So it's the one on the right then that we gotta shoot. Alright. Aiming at the central one. Shoot. 2, 1, shoot. Alright. Take aim on the right. Shoot. Okay, then we gotta shoot on the right again, which doesn't really make sense, but tell Lou to take aim on the left. 2, 1. There we go. The main creature flies to the farthest pole. 2 creatures take flight, and get lost in the night. Let's go. Run to Elsie and Holt. All clear. Help me with Holt and Elsie, and let's get inside, fast. Is someone going to make a wish? You laugh under your breath. You look at Holt, and he looks away. You wonder if he's pissed because you saved him. You still can't believe everything that happened tonight. You know that as soon as you stop to think, touch your belly, and fight back tears. Lou looks at his watch. The Leonids are reaching their point of highest intensity. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. The screeching is deafening. Freaking creatures. I think I saw one in the dream I told you about, Lou. Lou stares at Holt's grandmother. Are you sure it was a dream? Lou is about to add something, but suddenly falls silent. Oh my goodness, where the heck are they going? You approach the window and rest your hand on the glass. Can't stop looking at their dance. Before meeting Lee, you'd had some experiences in college. Experiences by which you sought to open the doors of your perception. Lee doesn't know, and you don't know how he would react if he found out. The strange chance of these creatures in the sky beats anything you experienced while tripping. They were doing some crazy dance, man. What the heck? Holt. Chapter 8. They called him what he did lacked a ritual component. It had nothing to do with taxidermy business, even less with mummification. His shrunken animal heads were art sold as collector pieces. One afternoon, Liam, his only nephew, stole a bear head. The head had been emptied by Syrah and was floating in a solution his uncle used in the early stages of the miniaturization process. Liam lifted the head out of the bucket, wiped it dry, and put it on like a helmet. He stripped naked, left the house, and ran into the village. Liam entered the church in the middle of Mass, screaming at the top of his lungs, waving his arms up and down as if he were clawing. One of the congregation members pulled out a gun and shot him. Oh my goodness, what the heck? You remember the sheer terror you felt when you saw the bear running towards the altar. This is worse. Worse? Worse than what? You tell him the story of Liam and his uncle. Somehow you feel safe telling them stories from the past. As for what's on the other side of the window, this fear can't be any more present. Got some clippings from the case. Liam's story was an unfortunate event that explains what happened to him, but it also provided an all-too-easy explanation for other sightings in the area. The dogman, the owl woman, many people told me stories about similar creatures in the moose. Lou adjusts his glasses. Lou refill Hill. You think I don't know what they call me in town? It may be true that some people make up stuff to get a beer, but imaginations have limits, and in the long run, we tend to rely on real experiences when telling a story. Mothmen. They're somehow related to the Leonidas and the gathering of all these creatures. Maybe he's right, and all the creatures outside started to appear after the aerial dance of these Mothmen. Mothmen? Why the name? Moths are attracted to light. You look at the sky illuminated by dozens and dozens of shooting stars, and you nod. You like the name, not because of Lou's explanation, but because you know it's easy to squash a moth. This isn't the first time that the Mothmen have appeared during the Leonidas. Among some other references, they're mentioned in the oral histories of the Ojibwe, collected in the diary of Jesuit missionaries in 1683, who even dares to draw them. Many believe that the creatures described in this diary are thunderbirds, but the Jesuits' drawing looked much more like Mothmen. The most interesting part is that he draws lines around them. Some researchers think that these lines are kinetic, a way of representing the speed of the creatures. Lou slides a finger across the glass, following the trajectory of the shooting star in the sky. But I think these drawings depict Mothmen, with the Leonidas in the background. We're talking 1633, 1666, maybe. Interesting. Grandma? Better? What are those shrieks, love? It's painful for you to see how confused she is. 1 second. You turn on the radio. Static. Move the dial to the right. Oh, coming in. No matter which way you turn the dial, all you hear is static. You'd never sung at the Moose, not even on those nights when everyone egged you on and the booze in your system had drowned your inhibitions. Almost without realizing it, you start singing the lullaby Elsa used to sing to make you sleep. Although more than 40 years has passed, the words come to your mind one after the other. You close your eyes and caress her hair, singing all the time. As soon as you feel the rhythmic breathing of your grandmother, you get up. What was that? Uh-oh. What the? It's Lee. Lee? Victoria tries to hug Lee while he babbles something you don't understand. At no time does he look up. Where the hell have you been? Victoria. I thought... But he's here. Give him some space. Thank you. Lee takes a few seconds to start speaking. I think I got lost in the forest. Babe, take it easy. Victoria grabs his arm and Lee tries to smile. I thought I heard the sound of a river. And I felt someone looking at me. After walking for a while, the noise was deafening, but there was no river. Lee starts to cry. Victoria tries to calm him down. As soon as he regains his composure, Lee keeps talking. And then came the white. I don't know how to explain it. It was as if I could see everything and nothing at the same time. And a goat looked up to the sky to watch the shooting star. It stood on 2 legs, like this, you know, just like us. What the hell is going on? I think the time has come. Let me tell you a few things. Lou clears his throat and begins to speak. Although you can't stand his tics or his false dramatics, you want to know what's going on. The Leonidas occurs every 33 years. Some are intense, like those of 1833, or the ones in 1866. Others are weak, 1899 for example. And those are the ones we have records of. You notice that Victoria grabs Lee's hand. Lou walks over to the window and points to the sky. This year, they're intense again. 1866, 1966, why a 100-year difference and not 99? That 1 year discrepancy bothers me too. And I think it has to do with the problems of our calendar and the periodic adjustments that we are forced to make. Tell me, have you ever seen a medieval manuscript? No one answers. Just as you're about to open your mouth, Lou continues. They are usually adorned with warrior rabbits standing on 2 legs. Do you think these rabbits came from the imagination of medieval scribes alone? Those rabbits existed, and they were annihilated by man. Each meteor shower spawns new bipeds, and it was in one of these storms that mankind arose. What makes us different from all of them is that we survived by destroying another biped that came along, or by reducing them to the realm of gossip or fiction. Outside, the creatures begin to fight. Why? What motivates them? And what about Lou? Should you believe everything he says? After all, Lou is a writer. Your grandma's cough sounds like the noise of a tractor's engine refusing to start. Grandma? Oh my goodness. We have to kill them all. The voice with which she speaks seems to come from much further back than her throat. We had a secret weapon, and we used it to finish off the upright beasts, but they decided to test it in the war. Elsie? What are you talking about? I wanted to take the winnings from the battlefield, and your grandma caresses her legs. I just want to finish the mission. Victoria and Lee look at each other. Lou walks up to you and tells you almost in a whisper, I bet the moles in her grandma's legs correspond exactly to her grandma's wounds. to her grandpa's wounds. Did you ever tell Lou about your grandma's legs? They're confused, and Lou seems to notice. It's not just free beers at the Moose Hole. People tell me things. Lou speaks softly, but his words resonate loudly in your head. The moles on your grandmother's legs, her grandfather's legs riddled by bullets in the Civil War. Could it be that Elsie's grandfather was talking to you through your grandmother's body? The Winans? The Winans, a project that has obsessed you for a long time, and now you think you know why. You decide not to think too much about Elsie, her grandfather, the moles, the men in black. You're terrified that behind all your decisions, something more than your own free will was at work. Come on. The Winans. Quick, let's get her out. No, it's still not working. What do you mean it's not working? It has some kind of safety mechanism. I still haven't been able to assemble it successfully. Here, see? The L's. You look at Lou with curiosity. On the blueprints there, those L's are the rubric of a secret society found in the middle of the last century. It's not so secret if you know about it, is it? Lou doesn't answer you. Why the L? Some say it's because of the way the knight moves on a chessboard. Others say it's because of Lewis Carroll, the author of Alice in Wonderland? Exactly. Lou closes his eyes and holds a hand to the bridge of his nose and clears his throat. Can this guy be any more affected? A stick I found that weighed 2 pounds. I sawed it up one day, and piece of 8 of equal weight. How much did each piece weigh? Everybody says a quarter of a pound, which is wrong. A riddle at this moment. Victoria strokes her chin, and Lee nods his head slightly as if he's counting something. Do you think it's time for a riddle, Lou? Lou raises his hand and moves aside. You take a deep breath. It shouldn't be that hard to find the right configuration. Examine the pieces. I don't know. We'll go with that one. Sure. Oh. I don't know. Let's see. Second room. Okay. Maybe. So is that at the top what we need to get? I don't know. I guess I don't understand what we're trying to do here. If you need help, this professor is available. Victoria smiles. You'd like to tell her one of the stories you know about Lee just to wipe the smile off her face, but you keep quiet. You know the situation has everyone on edge, and you're no exception. What was that about the order, Lou? Lou smiles. The smile seems authentic, and you listen to him. The poem I recited to you earlier is by Lewis Carroll, and it is mentioned in one of the manifestos of the Order of the L. A stick I found that weighed 2 pounds. I sawed it up one day, and pieces of equal weight. How much should each piece weigh? Lou looks at you, and you shake your head. So I'm going to tell you. The answer is not a quarter of a pound like everyone says. The answer is a little less than a quarter of a pound. You have to take into account the weight that is lost with the dust when you saw the steak. Lee storms, and Victoria bites her lip. The answer may not convince you, but for the order it represented something important. The answer highlights the difference between abstractions and the real world. In abstract reality, cutting a branch does not produce dust, but it does in our daily life. One of the main goals of the order was to bring the riddles, games, and puzzles to the real world. Lou stands next to you. Can I try, Holt? They're screaming outside. You look at your grandma, or rather your grandmother's grandfather, possessing her body. You wonder if you should accept Lou's help or keep trying yourself. Either way, you're grateful that Lou has stopped talking. You move to the side and leave Lou in front of the safety mechanism. The mechanism locks into place with a click. Although outside the creature's shouts are getting louder, you can't help but feel a certain happiness. The wine ends is finally complete. Now everybody out. Elsie stands next to the wine ends holding a rifle. Lee, Lou, and Victoria stand back a little. You crack your knuckles and take a deep breath. At the helm of the wine ends steam-powered machine gun, you feel something strange. You find it hard to put it into words. It's as if somehow the present has given way to the past. Oh, Space Invader. Rabbit men. They are weak creatures. Cannon fodder in the war against the upright beasts. Okay. Oh my goodness. Take them out like crazy. Aim to the center. Shoot. Okay. Yeesh. Okay. Let's see. Aim to the left. He's kind of close. Take that. There we go. Take both of them out. And then now, center. There we go. Shoot. Beware of the dogmen. They are behind the rabbit men. The dogmen are more resistant than the rabbit men. And if you hurt them without killing them, they get mad. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Eat this bullet. I'm here to cover you, but don't get too confident. I can kill one upright beast, and then I need to reload. Okay. Let's see if we can... Oh, this is not good. Hey, where are you going? Into the center. Okay. Oh, this is not good. To the right. Beat the attack, Elsie while attacks while Elsie tries to roll the rifle and the machine gun cools down. Although you try to defend yourself, the jaws of a creature close around your neck and you bleed to death. Dang it. Okay. So we're gonna aim to the left. Do that first. And then do this so she can take that out. We'll do the center this time. Because she can do one at a time, right? So she can take that guy out. And then aim to the center. Aim to the right. There we go. Oh my goodness, what the heck is this? The two men and the woman. Gone. Deserters. take a deep breath and try to focus. And those creatures over there, Mothman. If you manage to wound them without killing them, they go crazy and run like a stampede. You can take advantage of them to generate a chain effect. So aim to the right. No, back. Left. Shoot. Oh no, it's not good. We gotta try that one. So to the right then. We're gonna take out all of them. Okay. We got one bullet. Boom. Alright, let's go. So we want to shoot the Mothman. Right? So we're gonna aim to the right. Again. Okay. Oh, dang it, I messed up. So we're going to the left then. We need the Mothman to help us. There we go. Alright. There we get. To the right. There we go. Oh my goodness, what the heck? Owlmen resist like dogmen or moosemen, but if you hurt them without killing them, they fly to the front, so be careful. Okay, so we need to, let's see. I don't think that we can do anything. Back. Try this first. Oh, shoot. Back. Alright, try that again, so it's not that one. So it's gotta be go left. No. Go left. See what happens. Like it's just gonna cause a chain reaction. Good. No, it's not good. Come on. So we gotta go center then, which I feel like doesn't really make sense to me, but alright. Nope. Center. Shoot. It's like this is just not gonna work out. Or is that better? Okay, so then we aim to the left, maybe. Alright, no, we died. We gotta go center, left, right. Left. Wait, what? Okay. So it's center and then right, I guess. Really doesn't make sense to me, but you can shoot that one. Okay. You take advantage of a rare moment of calm on the battlefield to talk to Elsie. You shake your head from one side to the other. You know that Lou was the first to leave, and that helplessness eats you up inside. Go look for them. But if we're going to fight here, we fight all together. Lee. I don't want to keep running away. I should be out there and win my Red Badge of Courage. Red Badge of Courage is the title of that Civil War novel you read and reread over and over again. It tells the story of a Union soldier who flees the battlefield. From that first act of cowardice, the only thing the protagonist longs for is to receive a war wound, the definitive proof that he had become a man. Your Red Badge of Courage? You want a real Red Badge of Courage, Lee? I'm pregnant. Your head spins. You find it difficult to organize your thoughts. You're going to be a father. You think of your own father, all your suffering. I don't know if I'm a coward, Vic. Lee, did you know that Stephen Crane wrote Red Badge of Courage without ever having set foot on a real battlefield? The first time you saw Lou, you wanted to twist his arm and bring him to his knees. Now you smile and put an arm on his shoulder. Thanks, Lou. Come out and fight. None of you move. Out, I said. My Red Badge of Courage. Lee, don't. Pull. You pull. Elsie rotates her shoulder and stumbles. The rifle points at the ceiling. You pull. Elsie pushes with a force that takes you by surprise, and the rifle points at your chest. Oh my goodness, you died. You die on the spot. Okay, so pull first. Oh no. Push. You push. Elsie loses her balance. The rifle points at her body. Pull. You pull. Elsie loosens her grip and you stumble. The rifle points at the ceiling. Elsie lunges at you with unbelievable force and makes the rifle point at you. Oh my goodness, brother. Come on. Pull. You pull. Push. Push again. It wasn't Holt's grandmother, Lee. Your hands are shaking. You didn't fire the rifle. However, somehow you had been able to feel the different endings. You knew that one of them, Elsie, would be shot, and yet you didn't stop. She's alive. They shot me. The resilience of the possessed. You don't know why you're surprised after all. Holt's grandmother is possessed by her own grandfather, a soldier who fought in the Civil War and was mowed down by a machine gun. The same machine gun whose burst you now hear outside the gas station, tearing apart creatures not mentioned in any biology textbooks. Eat bullets. After time, Victoria. Now, you don't think about it too much. As Holt fires the Winans machine gun, you run as fast as you can. If you want to survive, you have to get away from here. The only word you can think of to describe what you see is pandemonium. Not only in the traditional sense, place of noise and confusion, but in the original sense of the word, the place where all demons congregate. Lee tries to make himself heard over the gunfire and the shrieks of the creature. To your left, Vic. Get down. Vic. Oh no, we died. Okay. Sad. To the left. Feel the jaws closing not far from your neck. You try to run faster. Get down. You duck down and feel the claws of a creature graze the back of your neck. Keep running. Right. A big man tries to grab your arm, but you manage to get away. You're almost there. Get in the car and slam the door shut. You hear a knock and you jump in your seat. Let's go, let's go. Lee speeds up, and the pandemonium is soon behind you. You think about Lee's previous car. What a clunker. And even if you don't know exactly how Lee could get a car like this, you're grateful he did. The Leonidas, a bright beast, intrafamilial possession, experimental weapons, the Order of the Elves, Men in Black, and Mothmen. There they are, the topic of my next book. You touch your belly. With all that you suffered tonight, Lou's comment seems a bit inappropriate. You travel in silence for a few minutes. Are you alright, Lee? You look a little pale. Lee takes a few seconds to answer. I don't know. Lee scratches his head. I can see things before they happen, Vic. Lou leans forward. It's not that I see the future. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I can see several presents just before they happen. Come on, babe. Victoria, what you're saying, Lee? Have you felt it since the episode you told us with the white light? Lee's hands tightly clasped on the steering wheel. It's not like I can control it. First time I felt it was in the struggle with Elsie, and the second when you were running to the car. He looks you in the eyes, and suddenly you can feel all his pain. And some of the presents, the creatures, Vic. Lee's voice breaks. The creatures. And he begins to cry. You feel him gradually calming down with the contact. You rest his head on your hand, and you stroke his cheek. After a few minutes, you remove your hand and settle back into your seat. You look for Lou in the rearview mirror and see him jotting something in his notebook. Lou seems to always be writing in one way or another. You envy his tenacity, and you wonder if maybe that's why what it takes to be a writer. Uh-oh. Lee steps on the brakes and opens the door on his side. Wait here. What happened? Can you see anything from there? You shake your head. Uh-oh. Here he comes. Oh my goodness, a goat, baby. What the? It's hurt, Vic. Although neither of you say anything, you think you know what you have to do. Lee kisses you on the mouth and starts the car. In the backseat, Lee clears his throat. I don't want to be anticlimactic, but the demonization of the god Pan, Satan, as a male goat. You do know that there are records throughout history of bloody wars against Goatman, don't you? The end. What the heck? Okay. Alright, Mothman, 1966. Alright, that was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I liked that it was pretty forgiving when you made your choices, that you didn't have to restart like the whole thing over and just restart the part that you're on. Yeah, that was Mothman 1966. I hope you guys enjoyed. Um, and hopefully we can play some more games like this in the future. But yeah, Mothman 1966. 8 years later. Uh-oh, what's gonna happen 8 years later? The men in black are watching us. Uh-oh. Is this Lee and his daughter? What the? We have a goat? What? So we took home a baby goat that is like two-legged people? That's so strange. Not just marvelous. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Alright, well that was an interesting game, interesting ending. So basically, like we just encountered Mothman and a bunch of other um, creatures that are like within mythology or lore, whatever you want to call it. Lore, I guess, is more uh, the right thing. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Hope you guys did too. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.